sick of feeling like everybody else around you is doing way better than you. Feeling like you're not good enough. If only you could have what they have. This is exactly how I felt a few months ago until I literally couldn't take it anymore. So I did so much deep research and experimented with everything. And now I literally never compare myself to anybody. And that's something that I have done for a very long time. So I actually feel so much freedom. It's so empowering when you can just feel like you don't need to compare yourself to anybody. Like, it's honestly draining. And today, this is gonna stop for you too, because I'm about to show you exactly how you're gonna rewire your brain so that comparison and envy no longer control you. By the end of this video, you're gonna finally feel free and at peace with your own journey. So let's get into it. We've all been there. You see someone your age living the dream life, the perfect body, the perfect partner, the perfect holidays, the dream job, and suddenly your life just feels so small. And that feeling, that's envy. And envy isn't just some small emotion. Envy is a whole trap. So what is envy really? When we lack something and that other person has it, we feel envious towards them. We become disconnected with who we really are. We can even start resenting that other person for having what we want. And psychologists have found that we compare ourselves because our brains seek validation and belonging. We subconsciously evaluate our own worth by measuring it against other people. And that's why it feels like we're always losing. All it's going to do is leave you behind, destroy your dreams, because the way that it ruins your frequency, the way it ruins your energy, it drains you, it literally ruins your life when you're constantly comparing yourself to other people. So we need to stop this. So I'm about to tell you exactly step by step how you're going to do that using ancient wisdom, spirituality, psychology, neuroscience, metaphysics, everything that you need to know to destroy this comparison and envy. Okay, let's get started with some psychology hacks to destroy comparison. This is the Emperor's New Clothes theory. The idea is that everyone that you compare yourself to is just playing a role, and what you see of their life is just a curated projection of what they want you to see. It's not their full reality. You know that influencer whose life looks perfect? That's just her highlight reels. That's not her full life. You know that girl that you see that's always looking so beautiful? You don't know how much effort that took. You don't see all of that. All you see is a projection. You don't see the full reality of what goes into that beauty. Whereas you see every single bit of your reality. So you're comparing your hard times with somebody else's highlight reels. You're comparing yourself as what you deem as you looking your worst to someone who has literally put so much effort into their beauty. There's two psychology studies that really stood out to me the most with this. One being the Baudrillard simulation theory, which explains that what we see online is a curated reality. It's not real life at all. And there's a reason why they call it the metaverse, because it's a whole other universe that it's not real. It's literally not real at all. Only like 0.001% of people actually put their hard times on there. Everyone else is just highlight reels after highlight reels. Like, think about yourself. I bet you don't post every single time you're crying, every single time you're procrastinating or feel like shit or look like shit. Like, I bet you don't post that. I bet you post your highlight reels too. Stop comparing your hard times to somebody else's highlight reels, because their life looks perfect, but it's not. Another study is the spotlight effect, which shows that we always assume that everybody has their life together except us. But in reality, everybody's struggling with their own things. Literally every person has their own struggles. And we forget that everybody else is actually struggling because we only see people's highlight reels. Like, even my friends have told me once that they literally didn't even realize that I struggled with things. I was like, what? Because I don't really talk about it. Like, I only used to talk about like the good things that had happened, because I've always struggled to speak about things that I struggle with. So people used to only see all the good things, because every time I was struggling with something, I would just crawl into a hole and no one would know about it. And I promise you, that's the same with most people. If my friends thought my life was perfect, my closest friends, that just goes to show that most people that you think actually have a perfect life don't have a perfect life. So before you start envying someone, ask yourself, would I really really trade my whole life for their whole life. And just remember, you have no clue what their life is actually like. You just see a portion of it. You see the highlights of it. So yeah, the highlights might be really nice, but you have no idea the struggles that they go through, things that they have gone through to get to that point, what they go through every single day. You have no idea. And you might actually have it so much better than them. You don't know that. And think, would I trade my friendships? Would I trade my family, my struggles, my personality, my experiences? Would I trade any of these things? And if you wouldn't, it's not even worth thinking about. So stop comparing yourself to that, because your lives are different. You have your blessings, they have their blessings. If you wouldn't trade everything, there's nothing to envy, there's only lessons to learn. It's just showing you what you want in your life too, which you can use for inspiration. Do not feel bad about it. There's also the crabs in the bucket effect. And the idea of this is envy is a way for your ego to keep you small. It's a mental survival mechanism. When we see someone that's ahead of us, our ego tries to either bring them down or bring us down. A psychology study called the tall poppy syndrome explains that people will try cut down people that are succeeding because it makes them feel inadequate. So instead of resenting that person that has what you have, study them. Learn, how did they achieve this? And what can I do? What can I learn from them? Success leaves clues. Take notes, not offense. Also, someone else's success doesn't mean that you can't have yours. It's literal proof that you can have it. It's literal proof that it's possible. The quantum self perspective. This is the idea that you're not separate from the life that you want. The version of you that already has everything that you desire already exists. You just need to align with her. The law of assumption teaches that your reality is a reflection of your self-beliefs. So whatever you believe that you can do, you can literally do. That is a law. And neuroscience shows that if you act as if you already are the person that you want to become, your brain literally rewires itself to become that. Okay, now let's look at some ancient wisdom. The law of correspondence states that as within, as without, which means that your outer world, your reality, your life is a reflection of your inner world. So whatever is in here, in your brain, whatever you believe, whatever you think, whatever you feel, will be reflected into your life. If you believe that you are confident, you will be confident. If you believe that you are happy, you will be happy. If you believe that you're not disciplined, then you won't be disciplined. If you believe that you can achieve whatever you want, you can achieve whatever you want. Vedanta philosophy teaches that you already have everything within you. You just need to remove self-doubt. So it all begins with self-doubt. Everything that you believe about yourself, you need to rewire that. You need to rewire these negative, limiting beliefs and turn them into positive things. So if you're constantly comparing yourself to somebody else, you're belittling yourself. That must mean that you have limiting beliefs in your mind. If you're looking at somebody else like, wow, they have this amazing thing, that you believe then that you don't have that you believe that you are lacking something. You don't believe in yourself. So you need to align yourself with who you want to become. If that is what you want, you need to believe that you can be that you already have that. Assume it, because you have that in the future. Your future self already has that. So you need to act as if you already have that. This is where the quantum shift comes in. Act as if you already have it and you will have it. Believe that you already have it and your outside reflection will reflect that. Your world, your life, your reality will reflect that. Everything starts from in here. Ask yourself, what would my dream life look like today? What would I do? What would I wear? How would I talk? How would I show up? And show up as her every day. The moment you start aligning with the person that you want to become, the more you block out everybody else, the less you compare yourself, because you don't even care about them anymore. You're so focused on yourself, you're so focused on becoming the best version of you that you don't even see them anymore. You're just so grateful that you believe so deeply that you are getting them things, that the more you push every day to become the best version of you, the more you act as if you are her, the closer and closer you are to be getting them things. So you're not even bothered, you're not even phased, because you know your time is coming. You know the things that you're doing every day is getting you closer and closer to that. So it doesn't even phase you anymore. This is nothing. This is the Hermetic Law of Mentalism. As within, so without. As above, so below. As the mind is, so is the world. So the law of mentalism states that your thoughts create your reality. So when you focus on envy, you create more envy. You create scarcity. You create lack. You lock yourself into that. You focus on these negative things and you attract so much more of it. You attract more more like, you attract more scarcity. But when you shift your mindset to abundance, thinking that, oh yeah, okay, this person has that, I can have that too. Or inspiration, like I'm so inspired by that person, like I really want that, so I'm gonna make that happen. Then you become abundant. Then your life becomes the one that inspires you. So instead of thinking, oh, I wish I had that, think, I'm on my way to that. That is me. Envision yourself when you have reached that goal and just think as if you already have it. And when you have that, such a clear mental picture of you already having that, now you can say to yourself, I already have it, because you've already seen it in your mind. So why can't you just speak as if you already have it? And if that doesn't work for you, say, I'm on my way to that. I'm nearly there. I don't need to envy anybody else because I am on my way to that. I don't need to compare myself to them because I know it is coming for me. It's already in my head, and if I can imagine it, I can make it. The Bible explains how envy is rotting your spirit. Proverbs 14:30 states that a heart of peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones. So the Bible is warning that envy is self-destructive. It doesn't harm the person that you envy, it harms you. And the only way to heal this is through gratitude, peace, and contentment. An ancient Christian practice is actually to practice gratitude every time you feel envious to someone. Thank God for all of your blessings. So for example, if you feel envious about somebody else's perfect body, you can say something like, thank you so much, God. Thank you for my blessings. Thank you for my healthy body. I'm so grateful I can walk, talk, breathe, eat amazing food and still be healthy. And I trust that you have my own path prepared for me. And from the evil of the envier when he envies. Envy isn't just harmful to others. It literally poisons your soul. Islam also teaches that envy is a test from God. And instead of indulging in it, we must pray for other people's successes to purify our own hearts. So when you feel envy, say a prayer for that other person. If you're envious about how much money they have, say, God, may they have more and more blessings. Give them more money, give them more freedom. And may I receive my own money and my own blessings when it's ready for me. The Bhagavad Gita says that it is better to live in your own destiny imperfectly than to live in an imitation of somebody else's life perfectly. Hindu philosophy teaches that your path is uniquely yours. When you compare yourself to somebody else, you are abandoning your life's purpose, your life's path, your life's mission for somebody else's. You need to start trusting in your life, your path, your mission, your purpose, because everybody's is different. Your life isn't made to look like somebody else's. Stop trying to make it look like that. Your path is for you, and the best thing that you can do is live unapologetically for you, not anybody else. The Talmud says, who is rich? He who is happy with his portion. I love this because it is so true. There's so many millionaires out there that don't even feel rich. They genuinely feel poor because they are not happy with what they have. And there's people with small amounts of money that feel so rich because they're happy with what they have. It genuinely is all about you and all about your perspective. You're never going to be happy with your life if you don't just be happy with what you have already. If you're constantly chasing something else, if you're constantly wishing you had something else, you're never going to be happy. And envy is an energetic block. When you focus on what everybody else has and what you lack, you are disconnected from anything that's coming your way. You are disconnected from your higher self. You are disconnected from God. You are disconnected from abundance. And if you ever fall into the trap of comparing yourself to somebody again, use this affirmation in your head. Rewire your brain. I bless their success and I open myself up to my own. This will clear that negative energy and bring you back into your flow of abundance. I love the Taoist perspective. Taoism teaches that comparison is a misunderstanding of the nature of existence. Everything in nature has its own role. Nothing is competing with each other. For example, think of how beautiful a flower is, but then think of how beautiful a beach is. Think of how beautiful a mountain is. Think of how beautiful a lake is. Think of how beautiful the sea is. Like, all of these things have its own beauty. They don't compete with each other. They can still all be beautiful and have their own unique paths and their mission in life. Envy comes from thinking that we should be something that we're not. But a river does not wish to be a mountain. A tree doesn't compare itself to a star. Everything has its own purpose. And when we start comparing ourselves to other people, we're literally denying our own unique path in life. Buddhism teaches the empty cup story. A master poured tea into a student's cup until it overflowed. Why do you keep pouring? The student asked. The master replied, you are like this cup. You are too full of opinions and comparisons. Empty yourself and then you will be able to receive. The reason for this story is because when you compare, when you feel envy, you're filling your mind with so many distractions, which is taking you off your path. You are literally losing sight of your goals. You're losing sight of everything that you want to achieve because of all these distractions. You need to have this focus on you and your goals. And every time you look at somebody else, you're literally going off course. This is your path and you need to stay on this. And true peace, like genuinely inner peace, comes from emptying your mind from all these egotistical desires and just letting your life flow naturally because you're focused on yourself. So each time you start comparing yourself, take a few deep breaths and just think to yourself, empty the cup and focus on your own journey. So let's just recap on everything that you need to do from now on. First, you need to shift your mindset. So stop focusing on other people and start focusing on you. Reframe envy as inspiration. So instead of thinking, I wish I had that, think, I'm on my way to that. I already have that. Remember, gratitude kills envy. So when envy arrives, list 3 things that you're grateful for about your life. Pray for the people that you envy, because when you bless them, you bless yourself, you bless your soul, you cleanse all of this negative energy out of you. And trust your own journey. Trust that you are on the path that is meant for you. Your path is unfolding exactly how it should, and you are struggling because that's just sometimes everyone needs to go through their own struggles to get to where they're supposed to be. That is just how it works. Step 2, we need to take aligned action. Go mute and unfollow everybody that triggers you. If it makes you feel bad, if it makes you feel any slight comparison or envy, remove it. It doesn't need to be there. Start celebrating other people's successes. Doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter what it is, even if it's small, something big, or whatever it is, celebrate them. And think, if she can do it, so can I. If it's possible for her, it's possible for me. And act as your future self now. How would she dress? How would she talk? How would she show up in life? And then literally behave as she would. And then trust in divine timing. You need patience. Focus on your own progress, not somebody else's timeline, not what everybody thinks, oh, this is how long it's supposed to take. No, just focus on you, focus on what you're doing, and just trust in the process, and everything will start falling into place for you. Comparison is a thief. It steals your joy, it steals your power, it steals your confidence, it steals you from your highest path. But now you know the truth. Somebody else's success doesn't mean your failure, and the only person that you need to compete with is who you was yesterday. Subscribe for more divine wisdom. Bye.